Hello everybody, thank you for joining us on Tech Boss today. Um, so our video for today will be a continuation of our C class and lecture. So today we've already looked at functions so far, how to use special functions, how to use functions like the main function. We talked about three, but we only got to use two, right? I've used the main function, we saw how to use it. We said it's the starting point of a code. But I've also used the printf function, and now we're going to be talking about variable types basically. So the first thing is what's a variable, okay? So a variable is basically data that you can change to give you different outputs. Does that make sense? Okay, it might not make sense, but a variable simply means that um, you have x, you have y, okay? X is 2, x is y. If you sum them, it gives you 4, right? But if you change x to 3, y to 3, if you sum them, it gives you 6. So variable are basically data that you can change. And today we're talking about variable inputs in C programming. Okay. So start off with our slide here. Let's go from the beginning. So variable types. What are variable types? These are special types of data in C. Okay. So variable types are basically that data in C, okay, which you can tweak to give you certain types of outputs to the user and to help you solve different types of problems. But don't worry, this is really fun and we'll actually get deep into it later in the video. Got it? So you have variable types. We have about 8 here. There could be more of this, but this is what we're covering in this lecture. We have the int variable type, and this is for numbers. We have the strings, and this is for letters. So what this means is that if we want numbers, we use the int variable type. Okay. If we want strings, we use if we want letters or alphabet, we use the strings variable type. If we want true or false values, like say if this thing is true, do this. If this is false, do that. We use the bool variable type. If we want the decimals, we use float. If we want double, if we want decimals too, we can also use double or float. Okay. So you might be asking why why are there two of this? Is because one of this is simply the accurate one, which I think is I think it's double, so it should be double. That should be the more accurate one. So for freshers, I think you should be using more of the double because it's easy to maneuver and stuff like that. We also have the long. What this means is that for all these variable types, int is special simply because you can add several types of numbers. What this means is that long numbers is for longer numbers like 1 million, 5 billion, 6 billion, stuff like that. Short numbers for maybe numbers like 23, 2, 1. Int is like for the numbers in between, maybe 500, 1000, 3000, 7000, 8000. But don't worry, you will see all this in action in the next videos. Okay, we have char, which is characters. This deals with characters of or keyboard keys basically. Okay, that's what char deals with. Then next slide. We have variable types for representations here. What this means is that for the variable types we talked about in our previous stuff, we saw how we can impute them into into some types of functions. Okay, we have the int. For us included inside the printf function, inside some functions we use the I. Strings we use the quotation. Remember I talked about this in our one of our videos one time. Sorry, I talked about this when we wrote a printf code. Okay, I wrote a printf code and I put this quotation in and I said because if it's strings, and I put some bunch of numbers inside here. So that's basically what for strings we use this. Okay, bool we use bool we use data also, but you can use the I, okay, because it's still a decimal. True or false, 1 is for true, 0 is for false. But we'll get into all these things. Float we use F, double we use D, long we use I, short we use I, char we use C. Okay, so I've gotten that cleared. Let's actually begin to dissect this so you can understand. Okay, yeah, so this is our program. Remember I said for a program to start, you have to start with the include. So we already know how to do all this. sdio .h int main, just main. I think he reminds me of this artist named Gucci Mane. I don't know if you know him. He's really a great guy. Main. Okay, so I've written this already. We know how to do all this. This is pretty much inventory, print F, blah 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 blah. We learned this in our part to do all this in our previous videos. Okay, now to get down to business. Okay, let's start with the int. Okay, so right now let's start with the int, and we said that the int, according to the slide, we said that the int is for numbers. Okay, so we learn how to print out numbers to the user screen, and also how to get numbers from that the user input, and we'll learn. But first of all, we first start out how to print all these things using the special assignments here. Then we'll talk about how to get the input. So int using the special keyword here. So all of them have that special keyword. When you're talking about numbers, use int in C. When talking about letters, for letters actually we don't. We use string, but string is a capital letter, so there's no mistake. For true or false value, we use bool. We use floats for decimals. I've talked about this already. So right now we use int for because we want to initiate a number. Say int. Okay. Now I said that these things are used to alter the types of variables we want, but we cannot just say int equals to 1, right? Because why? There's no variable here we're trying to alter. Does that make sense? Yeah, you cannot just say it is equals to 1. You cannot just say a number equals to 1. We have to say what number, what we want to give it, we have to assign the number to a variable, and to do that, just write any name here equals to whatever value. So let's go again. Say int for numbers, int equals to ice equals to 1. Okay. Yeah. So you see, this is we just wrote a variable now. We wrote int variable equals to 1, which is nice. Int ice2 equals to 1. We can give it the same value of 1 all over and over. We can give it 1000. We can give it int ice equals to 5000. Yes, this was intentional. I put ice here at the beginning, I put here ice here at the end. So in C programming, this is a taboo. It's not actually allowed. I think it should probably give us an error if we run this. Yeah, it gave us an error. Why? Because we have ice here, we have ice here, and we cannot have two ice, right? That makes sense. So when you're giving variables, you have to give them a unique name that does what they're doing. Okay. So for now, and another thing to note that we can only give variables. We cannot use special names like we talked about in our program, in our former videos. Special names like main, special names like printf, special names like scanf. We can only use we can use any other name, but we cannot use special function names. So if you put name main here, it shouldn't go to. Oh, it actually went. Alright. Okay, it went through main. Okay, yeah, that's because I didn't put this. So it's not recognized as a function except you put this. Yeah, but for so in case you're working you want to work in a place, you're working in a place whatsoever, and so it's not advisable to put special functions, their stuff into code like main, print which says print input to the user and stuff like that. So I've talked about ice, and I've talked about int numbers. Okay. So now that I've done this, what can we do with it? So you don't actually have to understand what I'm doing. I'm just showing you that we can do something with it. That's all. So I'm not just wasting our time here and wasting your valuable data and stuff like that. I comma ice. Yeah, so we're able to print 10,000 as our value. Okay, but I told you that you should not worry about, like, remember we talked about these comments. In case you can remember, we said to make a comment to make to blur out a line so that it's not executable, so that it's not executed when we're compiling. Just do this. And if it's a multi-line, I'm sure you remember that, so we won't get too deep into that. So like I said, I showed you now that we can use it for something, right? But I told you that you should not worry about this, so we can blur it out. Better still, we should just take it out. Sorry. So we now to put int. Okay. We know that if we want to put an int, we use int int for numbers. Then put any variable name. It could be socks. It could be thanks for watching. But there's something you should never do when you're coding. When you're doing this, you should not put breaks in between. Okay, because putting breaks in between means different things. I'm sure you're looking at this for now, it's blue like the int because the form means something special in int in C programming, sorry. But don't worry about for, we'll learn that later on this course by God's grace. We'll learn it. So int thanks for watching. So for us to join this together, for us to join a lot of words together, we can do this like this way. It might not actually look very neat. Okay, so we'll go to my sticky screen, keyboard, screen for
always in this section.
Yeah, this is it.
Start on screen, keyboard.
Let's start now. So you can see what I'm demonstrating for. So now, for us to have several, for us to conjoin things like this, and like we don't want to space them. We can't space them. So this, let's say, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. If we space it, right, it means something else. So we have to put something under it, and it's a special type. Not this, sorry. Backspace, shift. Yeah, then we can put this together. Backspace, shift. So to do this on keyboard, just put this, then hit your minus, then it's done. Okay. So this is called an underscore. I think it's called an underscore. So for you to join several words together, you have to put an underscore in between them. Okay. Okay. So thanks for watching, and once again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Okay, bye. Catch up next part 2 of this video coming up.